Welcome back. You're watching India Today and we're getting you every single update from Jahangirpuri, where it's expected in a few moments from now the bulldozers will come rolling in and target illegal properties, particularly of the accused in Jahangirpuri. Days after communal clashes, after riots broke out in this very area, now the administration has taken a no-nonsense approach. They've slapped the National Security Act against 5 prime accused, and they're following that up with a bulldozer drive, with a demolition drive by the MCD in streets of Jahangirpuri. We're getting you constantly all the updates from ground zero. We'll be taking this across to Shreya Chatterjee in just a few moments. Before that, listen into what the MCD, the Delhi civic body, has to say about this anti-encroachment drive, as they've put it, that they're going to undertake in Jahangirpuri.
देखो जी, ऐसे है मैं तो आपको शुरू से एक ही बात कर रहा हूँ कि जो इनक्रोच्ड एरिया है उसको हम हटाएंगे, इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन को हम ख़त्म करेंगे।
वहाँ पे जो सूचना आई, जैसे बीती रात के बाद बीती रात कहा गया कि वहाँ पे इनक्रोचमेंट हटाया जाएगा, लोग खुद से वहाँ से हटाने लगे अपने सामान।
देखो, यही तो हम एक मैसेज देना चाहते हैं कि अगर लोग खुद ही सुधर जाएं तो हमें कार्रवाई ना करनी पड़े।
सर, असदुद्दीन वैसे AIM के नेता, उनकी तरफ से बीते दिन एक ट्वीट किया गया बीती रात की, और उनका कहना था कि ये गलत परंपरा है। अरविंद केजरीवाल से भी उन्होंने अपील की कि वो PWD डिपार्टमेंट को अपने उसमें शामिल ना करें उस कार्रवाई।
देखो, ऐसा है कि आप किसी चीज़ को पॉलिटिकल रंगा दे दो, वो बात अलग है, मगर हमारी कोई ऐसी इच्छा नहीं है।
जी, आप केवल इस पे संदेश देना चाहते हैं कि इंक्रोचमेंट न हो?
देखो, हम तो केवल यही संदेश देना चाहते हैं कि आप सिस्टम के अकॉर्डिंग चलिए, जो बाई लॉज है उसके हिसाब से मकान बनाइए, पब्लिक लैंड को इंक्रोच मत कीजिए और अमन शांति को बनाए रखिए।
पुलिस की से जो आपने डिमांड की थी, तो क्या पुलिस फोर्स उतनी संख्या में वहाँ पे उपलब्ध है? आपको क्या कुछ बताया गया?
देखो, ऐसा है कि पुलिस फोर्स ने अपना काम करना है, हमने उनसे डिमांड की थी, अब जाकर ही पता चलेगा कितनी पुलिस फोर्स आती है। ये भी हमारे नॉर्मल रूटीन में हम थानों में लिखते रहते हैं, कई बार पुलिस फोर्स मिलती है, कई बार नहीं मिलती है।
ऐसे कार्रवाई शुरू कर रहे हैं सर आप?
बस कार्रवाई की तैयारी है, बस हम वहीं पर ही जा रहे हैं, साइट पे जा रहे हैं।
साइट पे जा रहे हैं आप अभी? वो बुलडोजर जो आप बताया, JCB, वो तैयार है वहाँ के?
बिल्कुल।
Okay, so that is the MCD official that we have on record there. 1,500 personnel have been deployed now in the streets of Jahangirpuri from early this morning. They were seen conducting a flag march. All unprecedented security measures being taken up, drones being deployed. You have security personnel in every single by-lane of Jahangirpuri now to ensure that there's no violence or any untoward incident that breaks out. Let me quickly take this across to our reporters on the ground. Shreya Chatterjee has been getting us every single update from Jahangirpuri, live from the heart of the action, where it's expected that the demolition drive will happen. We also have with us Tejshri joining us from another vantage point in Jahangirpuri. Shreya, I want to bring you in first to give us a sense of what the situation is currently. Are things calm, considering just 2 days ago we saw more stone pelting being reported when cops had in fact deployed themselves in large numbers and tried to take someone into custody?
Well, Akshata, right now the scene on the ground is that the calm prevails. There is absolutely peace on the ground. Delhi police has provided adequate security. They have deployed all kind of secure measures, be it sanitizing the area, be it deploying drones. That has all been put in check and put in place. On the sides of the people, as we already have got on our visual, on our camera, that people have removed their valuables. They are who are scared that probably their house will be razed. They were seen removing their valuables, and that is the reason we see a lull before the storm. Probably right now there is peace prevailing on the ground. There is no such untoward situation that has been seen from here, which you mentioned as the heart of the action, because this is the very spot outside this very masjid where the action began on 16th of April. The movement of Delhi police continues. They are sanitizing the area. As the MCD personnel say that they will arrive with the bulldozer, we'll have to wait and watch out for the action when it begins. But right now there is peace and calm on the ground, which we can say probably the lull before the storm.
Okay, and we're going to track every update with you, Shreya. I want to bring in Tejshri also on this broadcast. Tejshri, we understand that the bulldozers haven't really arrived there at that spot, but the MCD also we've spoken to have referred to this as an anti-encroachment drive. The timing of it, of course, is very, very clear. It's to target properties of the accused, to send out a message to anyone who takes law and order into their own hands. So it's expected definitely that this demolition drive will happen.
Well, Akshita, the time was around 9:30 a.m. when the demolition drive was to carried out, and it was said that on 20th and 21st, these both days around 9:30 a.m. this demolition drive will be carried out, and around 400 police personnel were asked by the NDMC to the Delhi police, and more than 400 police personnel have been deployed. Not only Delhi police, but they are CRPF, but there are also paramilitary forces, women forces have been deployed here outside. There is also drone monitoring being done. But here where we are standing is just the backside of the area behind the masjid where the riots took place. Let me tell you that these are the lanes where people are in worry. People have come out of their house, they are into discussions. We had a word with few people which are not ready to speak on the camera, but they are saying that anytime bulldozer can hit their houses, and that is why there is a lot of tension in this area. Let me tell you that the corporation has written a letter to police asking for a contingent of 400 policemen, but the situation seems here to be tensed. That is why a lot of police personnel have been deployed. A while back we gave a 360-degree view where we told that how police personnel are carrying the tear gas shells, they are carrying the headgears, they are carrying the bulletproof jackets, they are carrying the rods with them, they are carrying the sticks. I beg your pardon, they are carrying the sticks with them, because when we had a word exclusively with SI Medalal, then he told that at that point of time when the riot took place on Saturday, there were few people who also fired bullets on him, and he was shot, injured by that bullet. So that is why extremely precaution, extremely all the measures are being taken. And again I would like to show you a top view also of these houses, that how these houses are being built. These houses are very much closely packed, and India Today is giving you the exclusive visuals behind the this mosque area where the people are staying, and the speculations are being made that this could be also the area where the encroachment drive anti-encroachment drive could take place. And here people are also gathered, have come out of their houses. Shreya, my colleague, also told you that how people are carrying out their important things, say it be refrigerator, gas cylinders. Once again, I would like to give you a 360-degree view from this lane, that how narrow is this lane, how short is this lane, and that is why, which is a probability that this area could also come under that area which could be which could be hit by the bulldozers. And that is why a heavy police deployment was done outside this area, on the right, to the left, each and everywhere. And let me tell you, the most important and noteworthy thing is man-to-man marking, man-to-man police deployment is being done. You can say house to house is being done, because you never know where the such elements have hidden themselves. And one more important thing here I would like to mention, that just in front of the masjid there is a newly constructed building where the female paramilitary forces are standing to monitor the situation from the top level, because we have seen that when the incident took place, there was stone pelting done, the bricks were thrown, the glass bottles were thrown from the top of the houses. So that is why it is being made sure that no such incidents takes place. That is why all such kind of precautionary measures are being taken by the police personnel. Back to you.
Right, so Tejshri, giving us a sense of what the situation is currently. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of palpable fear as well among the locals that their property could also be targeted, which is why they're trying to clear off their belongings as soon as possible from the streets and lanes of Jahangirpuri. Senior police officials have also been visiting the site to ensure that there is adequate security deployment on the ground. We were also told earlier from some of the locals that you spoke to, Shreya, that there were announcements made. There wasn't any prior notification given, but announcements were made on loudspeakers in the area, telling people and warning them of this kind of an anti-encroachment drive, as the MCD mentions it, happening in a few moments from now.
Well, yes, Akshita, these were what the people who were removing the valuables had to say. We haven't seen or heard any such announcement since morning today. She claimed to us that it happened yesterday at around 5 p.m. And even after that announcement, police did say that they can stay over here. But these people, they decided to remove their valuables. They say some of the valuables they have removed yesterday night as well. And today we got it on our cameras, those people who were removing their cylinders, their fridge, their shanty, facilities. They have their tea stalls which are on the roads. They've all removed them. We also asked them where did they keep those stuff. They say they have no place to go. They have no other possible area to relocate that. So possibly they say they are the by lanes, the narrow lanes. On those very lanes, they've just kept their stuff to at least make it secure from the bulldozers.
Just a quick update, Shreya, also if you can tell us about this. The special CP of Law and Order in Delhi, Dipender Pathak, has also reached there in Jahangirpuri. So senior police officials, as I mentioned earlier, are now there to monitor the situation, ensure nothing untoward happens. About 1,500 personnel, I'm talking about police as well as paramilitary personnel, are out there on the ground to ensure that what played out just a couple of days ago of stone pelting being reported after the riots doesn't happen this time around, that the demolition drive that they have planned goes on smoothly in the streets of Jahangirpuri. So the special CP, Dipender Pathak, who's been tracking very closely the situation, he was there yesterday as well, promising that there'd be an impartial probe. He's there today again to monitor the situation, brief his personnel about what kind of security arrangements need to be made. The Delhi police pulling all stops, essentially, Shreya, to ensure that, nothing amiss happens. They're not leaving anything to chance. They cannot afford to allow any sort of stone pelting or anything else to happen.
Well, absolutely. The Special CP Law and Order Zone 1, Dipender Pathak, is on the ground right now talking with his forces. He's been here since the day of the riots. We saw him late at the night on 16th of April as well. Every following day he's come, he's taken an update, he's spoken with the media about the job that the Delhi police is doing on the ground. Today, ahead of this particular encroachment drive, he's again over here. He's obviously talking to his personnel on the kind of security that the Delhi police will have to give to these people, to the MCD officials who will probably be carrying out this drive. Also, the security measures that needs to be taken when these houses will be raised. They can see a protest is why Delhi police did not leave any stones unturned so far as security is concerned. Remember, it's only a day before yesterday when they faced stone pelting when they went to detain the family member of Sonu alias Yunus, and that's the reason today, so as to avoid any kind of protest, any kind of difficulty, there is adequate force on the ground, and probably that's why we see a roundup that's being taken by the Special CP Law and Order Zone 1.
Update for our viewers, I'm just putting out an image on your screens right now for bulldozer that's on its way to Jahangirpuri right now. This bulldozer is heading to Jahangirpuri, and we're going to be getting you all the updates on this. So it's clear that the demolition drive is going to begin any moment now. These images show the bulldozers are now moving towards the lanes of Jahangirpuri. The MCT did confirm to us that the demolition drive is going to start post 9:30, and the images that we're showing you here now are of the bulldozers making their way along with trucks to collect all the rubble, to collect all the debris, shows you that in moments from now we're expecting the bulldozers to roll into the streets of Jahangirpuri and kick off the demolition drive, the anti-encroachment drive, as the MCT has put it. Tejshri, if you're with us, tell us what's happening on the ground. Police personnel present there. You've got the Special CP of Law and Order, Dipender Pathak there. Bulldozers are now on their way to Jahangirpuri. What are the preparations done on the ground for this demolition drive?
Preparations are completely done over here, Akshita, at the ground. But let me tell you that these are the visuals which we are giving you. Inside visuals, the backside visuals, where the police have been deployed. When we had a word with these people who are standing in this area, they told that no such kind of notice have been given to them. They are in a panic mode. They all are in a lot of fear because they don't know that at what point of time their houses might be, brought down by the bulldozers. People are peeping out from the houses. Just, there is a lot of tension in this area because this is just backside the area where this entire incident took place. Just a while back we showed you that was the mosque where we were standing, and just 4 or 5 houses there. It was a temple also where this entire incident took place, and this is a 360-degree view which we are giving you from inside. And we also showed you that how people are taking out all their belongings from their houses, because as of now they have no idea that what kind of situation could take place in this area. We will try also to speak to these few people if they know about what kind of any idea if they are having about the anti-encroachment drive which is taking place. दादा, आप जानते हैं कि यहाँ पर कभी भी किसी भी वक्त बुलडोजर की कार्रवाई हो सकती है? कुछ जानकारी है आपको इस बारे में?
नहीं जी।
कुछ सामान वामान आपके यहाँ से कुछ खाली किया जा रहा है इस एरिया में?
नहीं, इधर तो इस लाइन में तो कोई नहीं खाली हो रहा।
आप लोग की तरफ से यहाँ पर काफी सारी पुलिस डिप्लॉयड है यहाँ पर बाहर की तरफ?
अरे बाहर बहुत पुलिस आई हुई है।
बाहर
ये छतों पर बैठी है।
छतों पर भी पुलिस बैठी
इधर।
See, this is a noteworthy thing that police is also standing just at the top of the terraces because you know there was stone pelting done, the bricks were thrown. दादा आपको मालूम है कि यहाँ पर कभी भी एनक्रोचमेंट ड्राइव हो सकती है, कुछ आइडिया है?
अभी तो पता नहीं चला हमें कुछ भी।
अच्छा, तनाव का माहौल है इस पूरे इलाके?
तनाव का तो माहौल है, डरावना माहौल है।
नोटिस मिला है कुछ?
नहीं।
अच्छा, कुछ कहा है पुलिस? किसके घर पे है, कहाँ पर है?
बहुत सारे छत पर ऊपर पुलिस बैठा हुआ है, कुछ भी बोल नहीं।
होटल के बराबर में बैठा हुआ है, सारा बहुत सारा बैठा हुआ है।
घरों से आप बाहर निकल रहे हैं अभी या उस तरफ या नहीं निकल रहे?
नहीं, उधर से जाने ही नहीं देता, किसी को टपने नहीं देता, बच्चे को भी नहीं। मैं लोग ऐसे घूम के आ रहे हैं।
कई सारे लोग जो है वो सामान निकाल रहे हैं अपने घरों से बाहर?
नहीं, अभी तो नहीं निकला है।
अभी आपके घरों से सामान नहीं निकला है किसी?
नहीं, अभी तो कोई निकला, लेकिन डरा हुआ सब है।
डरे हुए?
हाँ,
सारा डरे हुए हैं।
क्यों?
क्योंकि ये मेरा सामान क्यों तोड़ेगा, बुलडोजर आया है ये तोड़ देगा। एमसीडी वाला बोला था कि मैं कबाड़ा उठाऊंगा, मेरे सामने की बात है। बोला फाइल लाओ, जिसका है।
आपसे फाइल मांगी थी?
हमारी तो नहीं थी और पड़ोस की थी।
क्या बोला था?
वो फाइल ला के दिया, लिखा भी, मेरे सामने की बात है, लिखा भी, वो लिख के लेके गया कि कबाड़ा जो है ये सारा उड़ जाएगा, जिसका नहीं है कागज तो उड़ जाएगा, जिसका है तो वो रह जाएगा।
तो सारे ऑफिसर्स ने कागज देखे थे?
हाँ देखे थे, इतने थे।
कब आए थे ये ऑफिसर?
परसों
आए थे कागज देखने के?
हाँ, हम परसों दवाई लेने गए थे ना सिटी पार्क।
यहाँ पर भी आए थे? यहाँ पर जो इन घरों में जहाँ पर मस्जिद के आसपास के जो घर है वहाँ पर भी देखे थे?
का बेटा हम देखा ही नहीं।
सभी घर में आए थे?
हाँ, उधर से दवाई लेने गए थे, वही पुलिस वाले भेजा, कह रहा मैंने रोड बनवा लो। हम
Okay, we're going to come back to you, Shreya. I just want to brief our viewers of what they're seeing on their screens right now. The bulldozers making their way into the streets of Jahangirpuri. You're seeing this first here on India Today. The bulldozers along with trucks going into Jahangirpuri to kick off the demolition drive. Amid a sea of security on ground, Tejshri and Shreya have been constantly getting us those updates as well of the kind of security presence out there, what the locals have to say. There's a clear sense of fear. They're not sure about what this demolition drive will mean for each one of them, for their properties and their belongings. But as the Delhi civic body had mentioned in its circular, post 9:30, they were planning this anti-encroachment drive. The bulldozers are making their way into Jahangirpuri. Let's cut across live now to a conversation that Ranjana Om Kashyap is having with the Commissioner of Police.
जैसे इस केस में एमसीडी का जो भी इंक्रोचमेंट रिमूवल प्रोग्राम होगा उसको हम लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से असिस्ट करेंगे।
जिस तरह की मांग पुलिस फोर्सेस की गई है, ये ऐतिहासिक होगा। जहांगीरपुरी में ये पूरा इलाका जो हम देख रहे हैं इलीगल एनक्रोचमेंट्स दिखता है, कॉन्क्रीट इलीगल एनक्रोचमेंट्स, एक बड़ी चुनौती होगी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की, ये देखते हुए कि पिछले दिनों से कितना वॉलेटाइल है सिचुएशन।
इसीलिए एडिक्वेट अरेंजमेंट है और हमारा रोल लॉ एंड ऑर्डर मेंटेन करना और उसी के लिए एडिक्वेट फोर्स प्रोवाइड करना। और चूंकि यहाँ इंसिडेंट हुआ था कुछ दिनों पहले, उसको लेकर सेंसिटिविटी ज्यादा है, इसलिए हम लोगों ने एडिक्वेट फोर्स के साथ हम लोग यहाँ प्रेजेंट हैं।
एक रफ आइडिया आप दे सकते हैं लगभग कितनी तैनाती होगी यहाँ पर, इंक्लूडिंग आरएएफ सब दिखाई दे रहे हैं पुलिस बल?
इसकी चर्चा करना वो ठीक नहीं रहेगा, लेकिन हम लोगों का बस इतना ही कहूंगा कि पुख्ता तैयारी है।
लोकल लेवल पर क्या आप लोगों ने किसी से यहाँ पर बात की है, कुछ कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की है ताकि सिचुएशन हाथ से न बिगड़े?
बिल्कुल, सिटीजन्स के साथ हम लोग स्टेट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन में हैं और उनसे हम बातचीत कर रहे हैं।
कुछ रफ आइडिया, एक आखिरी कुछ रफ आइडिया एमसीडी ने दिया है कि लगभग कितनी घरों को टारगेट कर सकते हैं? क्या अपराधियों के ही होंगे या इलीगल एनक्रोचमेंट्स इन जनरल?
नहीं, हमारा वो डोमेन ही नहीं है। हमारा डोमेन है प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड करना। जो भी एजेंसीज हैं वो जहाँ जो भी एनक्रोचमेंट रिमूवल करना चाहती है उनको हम केवल असिस्टेंस प्रोवाइड करें।
धन्यवाद आपका। जॉइंट सीपी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर यहाँ पर मौजूद थे, जिनका ये कहना था कि तैयारियां तमाम की गई हैं और इस एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत में आज तक से उन्होंने कहा कि हम पुलिस की तरफ से सिर्फ सुरक्षा के इंतजाम कर रहे हैं, जो तैयारियां हमें बोली गई हैं वो हम कर रहे हैं इस वक्त, और बाकी काम एमसीडी को करना है, उन्हें भी इंतजार है। सिर्फ अपराधियों पर होगा या अन्य लोगों पर होगा, इस पर अभी तस्वीर साफ नहीं उन्होंने की। लेकिन दीपेंद्र पाठक, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जॉइंट सीपी जो आज यहाँ पर गश्त कर रहे थे, उन्होंने इस एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत में आज तक से कहा है कि कुछ ही देर में यहाँ पर कार्रवाई की शुरुआत होगी, कुछ देर का इंतजार है। वॉलेटाइल सिचुएशन है, उन्होंने माना, क्योंकि कुछ दिन पहले यहाँ पर जहांगीरपुरी में इंसिडेंट हुआ है और इसके मद्देनजर जो तैयारी है वो पुख्ता है। कितनी यहाँ पर तैनाती की गई है आप देख ही रहे हैं। एक बार फिर से यहाँ नजारा दिखा दीजिए। हर चप्पे पर कुछ दूर के बाद आपको हेडगियर के साथ तमाम रिजर्व आर्म फोर्सेस के लोग मिल जाते हैं। सीआरपीएफ की तरफ से आरएएफ, रिजर्व आर्म फोर्सेस हर जगह मौजूद है। पुलिस बल की भारी तैनाती है, बल्कि जितने अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट से पुलिस के, उन सब की तरफ से लोगों को यहाँ पर आमंत्रित किया, मतलब यहाँ पर ड्यूटी पर बुलाया गया है। और जितने भी सेक्शन पुलिस के हैं उन सब में से लोगों को बुलाकर लगभग माना जा रहा है।
We're going to get you those latest ground reports from Anjana Kashyap and all the other reporters who are on the ground in Jahangirpuri. Let's cut across to also official reactions from the Delhi police right now. What's expected in the next few minutes in Jahangirpuri?
जो भी वो एक्शन करते हैं उनको हम प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड
सर, यहाँ पर तैनात की गई है सर, आपको क्या लग रहा है? लोगों में भी बहुत ज्यादा नाराजगी समझ में आती है, लोग जो है उनसे पुलिसकर्मी बात करते हुए नजर आते, समझाते नजर आ रहे हैं।
नहीं, चूंकि यहाँ 2-3 दिनों पहले पिछले शनिवार को इंसिडेंट हुआ है, उसको देख करके पुलिस का अरेंजमेंट है, एडिक्वेट पुलिस का अरेंजमेंट है, पुख्ता अरेंजमेंट है और मेन इंटेंशन है प्रोटेक्शन प्रोवाइड करना और कानून व्यवस्था यहाँ ठीक रहे, शांति व्यवस्था कायम रहे और इलाके में सौहार्दपूर्ण वातावरण हो, इसका भी एफर्ट हो रहा है।
निगम ने क्या बताया? कितना फोर्स दिया गया? टोटल कितना फोर्स बता दिया गया?
भाई मैं बस इतना कहूंगा कि एडिक्वेट फोर्स है, वो डिटेल जानने की जरूरत नहीं है आपको। थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Okay, so you can see that there is in fact an additional deployment of police on the ground. Dipender Pathak, the Special Commissioner of Police for Law and Order in Delhi, is currently there in Jahangirpuri. The bulldozers have rolled into the streets of Jahangirpuri and we're expecting that the demolition drive will kick off any moment now. The police are making it very clear that they don't really know the plan of action. Their duty there is to provide protection to, in fact, the MCD officials, to the Delhi Civic Body officials who are planning and orchestrating this entire anti-encroachment drive. Shreya Chatterjee is live with us. Shreya, has that demolition drive begun?
Well, it's moments from now, Akshita, we can say that when the demolition drive will begin, because we see the MCD officials who have reached on the ground. They're also going inside and speaking with those people whose houses are supposed to be demolished. They had taken the papers, I believe, a day before yesterday. They had come, they had identified, they had taken those papers and said that notices were given to them. And today, probably a few moments from now, Akshita, we will see the demolition drive beginning. The police forces are on standby. This is the visual, and I am right now outside the lane of the accused Ansar. This is the lane that leads to the house of accused Ansar. So we'll have to wait and watch if Bulldozer reaches his house, because he's at the end of the day, what Delhi police said, the mastermind of the Jahangirpuri riots.
Okay, so important location that Shreya is at. She's telling us that the main accused Ansar, who remember against whom now the extremely stringent National Security Act has also been slapped against. She is in the lane where his residence is. If the bulldozers make it a point to enter that lane, go right down to the end of the road and target Ansar's property, the message then is very, very clear that this is an anti-encroachment drive targeted at properties owned by the accused, which is what we've seen in Khargon, which is what we've seen in Khambat as well. For now, the MCD, the Delhi Civic Body, has refused to say any of that. They're saying that this is an anti-encroachment drive to target any property that's illegally been put up. And I'm sure many of those are there in Jahangirpuri as well as other parts of Delhi. The timing of this, just days after the riots, is something that nobody really needs explaining of. Everyone understands that this is happening to send out a message to all those who indulged in violence, to all those who indulged in rioting just a few days ago on Saturday on Hanuman Jayanti on the streets of Jahangirpuri. As we're beaming these images for you of what's happening in Jahangirpuri versus also that bulldozer making its way towards this part of Delhi, let's tell you that right now the situation is such that the police are ensuring they're leaving nothing to chance. They're ensuring that what played out a couple of days ago when they were completely unprepared for the fresh spate of stone pelting that was reported, that doesn't repeat again. And Shreya, you've been telling us that, there is a sense of fear coupled with anger on the ground. But so far things are very calm. The cops, what I've noticed from your and Tejshri's reporting is that they're not just lining every lane. They've gone up to rooftops, they've gone up to terraces to ensure that there's no pelting from the rooftops.
I'll show you the visuals. See, policemen on the temples, they're inside the temple premises. We see paramilitary forces who are at the top of the temple. They just went inside, and that's the kind of security presence on the ground. People have also lined up outside the streets, scared, fear psychosis prevail. They have taken away their valuables. On the other side, I'll show you how the police is right now on standby. They are wearing their security equipments as well, and this is the kind of security that the Delhi police is right now holding at a time when there is news that the bulldozer is on its way. So this is the situation on the ground. There is a sense of peace as of now. What happens from here, we'll only wait and watch and see how it transpires through the day.
We understand that already there are steps being taken with regards to this demolition drive, Shreya, in the sense that you've got officials there on the ground monitoring everything that's happening. And I'm talking about civic body officials. They're starting to clear out a lot of the shanties before the bulldozers arrive. Many of these bulldozers, we understand, will go into the by-lanes, clear out all of the properties. Locals also were given that opportunity to take their belongings away before the bulldozers arrive.
Well, yes, absolutely, Akshita. We saw those people. We spoke with these people. Some of them were extremely angry. Some of them were extremely scared. They took their valuables like fridges, like cylinders, like their chairs to the lanes. And they say that they've just kept their, stuff on the roads inside the lanes because they have nowhere other place to go. We spoke with a few of these people who were scared, who were angry. Some of the voices were obviously, refusing to speak with the media as well. But those who spoke, they very categorically put through their fear psychosis and their the scare that is there right now and the anger that's right now there. Police presence is absolutely the indication of the action that awaits on the roads of Delhi's Jahangirpuri. This is police force on standby with their security gear, and we did see the special CP law and order also take a roundup with his police personnel. They have sanitized the area. We had the drones flying on the skies, taking a roundup whether there is any kind of thing. See, I'll show you another visual. Look at those terraces. There's paramilitary force that's guarding the terraces as well. That's the visual on our camera. How there is police force even on the rooftops to avoid any sort of stone pelting, because when Sonu was about to be arrested, Delhi police did see stone pelting. Today, that's something that Delhi police will not somewhere down the line allow at any point. I'll ask my cameraman to actually show the visual again. Those are the paramilitary forces on the rooftop that are actually keep an eye on the security measures here in Jahangirpuri.
What we're hearing right now, details we're picking up, is that 7 bulldozers will be deployed across the streets of Jahangirpuri to bring down all illegal constructions. We don't have details yet, and the Delhi civic bodies remain rather tight-lipped on which parts of Jahangirpuri, which properties, which buildings will be targeted, and that's why locals are scared that their belongings could also be razed down, that their properties could also be razed down if deemed illegal by the MCD. 7 bulldozers, 100 staff of the MCD will be on the ground in a few moments from now. Let's continue getting you all the latest ground reports here on India Today. We have the largest team of reporters spread out across Jahangirpuri. Let's cut across to a live report now.
देखिए किस तरीके से पीछे एक बुलडोजर है, जो सामान यहाँ पे अभी हटाए गए हैं उनको ऐसे ही ट्रॉली पर लादा जाएगा। पीछे आप देखिए वो बुलडोजर किस तरीके से वहां पर मौजूद सामानों को हटाने की कोशिश, ये देखिए। तो यानी अब ये बुलडोजर यहाँ पर भी पहुंच चुका है और यहाँ पे जो अतिक्रमण है उससे हटाने की कोशिश यहाँ पर हो रही है। ये सीधी तस्वीरें हम जहांगीरपुरी से आपको दिखा रहे हैं। जो हिंसा यहाँ पर हुई थी 16 अप्रैल को, जिसके बाद निर्देश दिए गए कड़े कि पूरी कार्रवाई हो, जल्द से जल्द गिरफ्तारियां हो। कुछ गिरफ्तारियां हुई हैं। अंजना ओम कश्यप भी हमारे साथ इस वक्त जुड़ चुकी हैं। अंजना, ये तस्वीरें हम दिखा रहे हैं, अलग अलग जगहों पर ऐसे ही बुलडोजर अब दिख रहे हैं। जो सामान यहाँ पर हटाए गए हैं उनको ऐसे ही ट्रॉली में रखकर अब यहाँ से हटाया जा रहा है। यानी अब बाबा का बुलडोजर दिल्ली में भी दिख रहा है।
Okay, so we'll get you those reports. Arpita reporting from the ground as well in Jahangirpuri. The demolition drive has begun. As you see on your screens there, the bulldozers have reached. They're raising down all properties, lining the roads there to clear up the lanes of Jahangirpuri. These are all illegal properties. This is a much needed anti-encroachment drive, one that's being carried out days after riots happened in this very area. So there's clearly messaging involved, symbolism of the kind of steps that are being taken by the administration to teach a lesson to the accused. This is often being referred to as bulldozer justice. You know, the opposition has said that this is the bulldozer of hate. Let's cut across to that live report again.
यहाँ पर जो अवैध कब्जा था वो हो रखा था, फिलहाल यहाँ सबको गिरा दिया गया है और उसके बाद सारे सामान को यहाँ बुलडोजर से हटाकर ट्रॉली में रखा जा रहा है। वही अरविंद ओझा भी हमारे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद हैं। अरविंद, ये कार्रवाई अब हो रही है, बुलडोजर अब चल पड़ा है और जो अवैध कब्जे हैं उनको हटाने की प्रक्रिया बहुत जोर शोर से इसकी शुरुआत हो चुकी है। अरविंद
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए, और बुलडोजर मैं आपको बताऊं, ये बुलडोजर जो एमसीडी का वो धीरे धीरे कुशल चौक की तरफ पहुंच रहा है। कुशल चौक की तरफ जहां हिंसा हुई थी वो वहां पर अब एमसीडी का बुलडोजर पहुंच रहा है। अंकित, दूसरी साइड से हमको आके दिखाने की कोशिश करेंगे। यहाँ पर जो इंक्रोचमेंट था वो इलीगल इंक्रोचमेंट, उसको तोड़ा गया था और अब ये धीरे धीरे करके जो कुशल चौक जहां पर हिंसा हुई थी वहां पर एमसीडी का ये बुलडोजर बढ़ता हुआ आगे, जहां हमने तस्वीरें दिखाई थी आज तक के दर्शकों को सुबह, उस तरफ बढ़ रहा है और बस यहां से तकरीबन 100 मीटर की दूरी पर ये बुलडोजर जो कुशल चौक है जहां पर हिंसा हुई थी वहां पर पहुंचेगा। पुलिस का पूरा बंदोबस्त पहले से ही वहां पर मौजूद है और ये बुलडोजर जिसने उत्तर प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश में जहां जहां पहुंचा वहां पर सियासत गर्म हुई, अब ये बुलडोजर दिल्ली के जहांगीरपुरी के कुशल चौक पर पहुंच रहा है और वहां अब जरा एक तस्वीर आप पीछे की फटाफट दिखाने की कोशिश करेंगे अंकित। ये देखिए सामने की तरफ कुशल चौक दिखाई दे रहा है और ये बुलडोजर यहाँ पर दिखाई दे रहा है और स्पीड से ये बुलडोजर अब धीरे धीरे कुशल चौक की तरफ बढ़ रहा है जहाँ पर पहले से ही भारी फोर्स की तैनाती है। पहले से ही तमाम पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस के जवान हैं वो तैनात है और अब यहाँ पर आप लोग एमसीडी के लोग हैं सर, आप देख एमसीडी के लोग हैं सर, आगे वहाँ पे होगा, आगे और देखिए ये तमाम जो एमसीडी के कर्मचारी हैं वो यहाँ पर मौजूद है और ये बुलडोजर है। फिलहाल एक बुलडोजर है, पीछे की तरफ एक्शन हुआ था, पीछे की तरफ जो इलीगल इंक्रोचमेंट थे उसको तोड़ा गया था।